Okay, I have cleaned it as much as I could clean it as a person. Now is to put back the bottom half of it. So if you remember, this little plunger, it's like a little rubber tip at the end, so that could be bad too. That sits in there. You gotta remember that there's a spring, whoop, that sits right there. Try to mimic the height of it so it doesn't lean forward. You don't want to just drop this plunger in. This plunger has to have a little bit of a... Let me see if I could focus on it. Where's the camera? Here's a hook. See? It's not going to focus. You can see it in the white. See that little horseshoe looking thing? Well, this one has same thing. I reverse. It goes in like that. So you kind of put it in like that. Looks like you could like hold it. Just drop it down. Then you take a flathead or anything and push. There's a metal shaft. Okay, it all seats down. Kind of have to use your finger in the metal. Perfect, there it is. It's hard to explain, but look at it when you take it out. Let's not just haphazardly remove something. Find the threads, tighten it, and then move this out of the way, put it on its side, and give it a good oomph with your hand. It's tight, a little bit more, and then, okay. And then that should, you hear that? See, that should move. Woo! That should move. That's the way it is, it moves. So what I'm thinking is that the plunger allows the gas to go in and out. So that's that. There's only one way to put this gasket on because there's an extra hole which goes right here and the diaphragm faces down. So that's that. And that was this piece made from Zama, China. There's a little hook here that goes in the top just like so. What you do have to remember is that these screws were smaller than the other screws. You could start them by hand, get them snug like that. Get it snug, you could turn it on its side and get some more leverage, a little here, a little there, and just they do have the option to be a flat blade which has more torque. There you go. There you go. I'm happy with that. Okay. Now there's this. Supposedly the paper went on first. I do want to check. Oh, no, sorry. The screen. There's only one way to put the screen in. You kind of push it in with your hand, take a flat blade, and just kind of work the bump out because you might have like nicked it, taken it out. Have your little handy tool here, push it down side by side, work around it, you know. And if there's anything that bumps out, take your flat blade, if you know how to use a tool, and just work it against the wall. Okay. I think the paper went on first. Oh, here's the orientation. Yeah, the paper went on first. There's a little dimple here. So you just got to figure out which side Did it go? Oh, I think it went like this, Slim. And then this follows. Oh, and then these have two dimples in them, like braille dimples. And those will allow you to put it all back on. Just like that. Yep. For what it's worth. And those, oh, sorry, and then you put the bowl back on. So we're going to put the fresh, brand new bowl back on. Sorry, primer bulb. Then we're going to take one of these jobs, which is the same one as the home light blower. Again, it don't matter. For what it's worth, we're just going to clean it. Clean the ring with your finger. Doesn't really make the seal, it just wants to push down. And this has one way to go on. Just like that. Second verse, same as the first. Just want to see something. Yeah, so this is flush. This was flush, this one. Of course it's different. Actually smaller. It doesn't fit. Huh. It's almost like it doesn't even fit. It's bigger and thicker. That's actually hilarious. I wonder if that's the problem. Put that back on. Put that back on. Turn it sideways. These are Phillips all the way, so you can't get yourself a flathead in there. Oh wait. Oh God. Sorry. Phillips was the blower. There was a flathead on the trimmer. See? Orientation. Sorry that the video is so long. Maybe one day it actually will start. I just want to give you guys the full experience here. Okay, let's bring back the weed whacker. So while taking it off camera, the last time I removed this gasket, gave me a problem. So it's probably best to flip it this way. Move these tubes out of the way if you want. Just push them in. Don't lose them, because I had that problem many years ago. Second verse, same as the first, so I'm sure the gasket doesn't stop it from running, but would be nice if it actually was fully working. Okay, so you put the throttle body on first. Remember what number it was. Mine was second to the last. Goes up the 2 shafts. Careful, the gasket is still there. There you go. Check the throttle. Make sure it turns. Choke doesn't matter. Better that it's off. Okay. Now you put back on. Be careful you don't move the filter. Be careful you don't move the gasket that's broken. Sit these back on. 5/8. Start them by hand if you wish, if your fingers could fit in there. One started, one fell. Make sure your ratchet is going the right way. This is the story of a girl who cried the river and drowned the whole damn world. She looked so good in photographs. No one really fucked her. Okay. Okay. Don't worry about the air filter right now. Make sure the throttle body turns. Okay. Put that away. Make sure the throttle still works. No problem. Now the orientation of the tubes should be pretty self-explanatory. The back one goes to the back one. Push that on. Front one goes to the front one. Just like that. One goes to one goes to the other. Now what we got to do is add fuel, which I don't have, which I'm going to have to make off camera. I might have just enough. So I'll show you. The reason why I'm taping every single thing is so either I'm doing something wrong, or you could say, hey, you didn't do this right, or... And I'm going to fill it as much as I can on purpose. Okay. Just so it's full. Just so it's full. No one could say it's not filled. You can't tell me, oh, you only put a quarter in. You only put this much in. You only put an inch in. Blah, 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 blah. So this is filled. 50-50 gas and oil pre-mixed. Okay, let's tighten it up. Let's turn it around. And let me show you if the bowl, again, primer bulb fills. Okay, one guy says if you have bubbles going backwards, then this is a problem. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, fills it. 4, 5, 6. Doesn't say. Let me read you the instructions. Push 8 to 10 times. Select choke to number 2, which is 2. Here's 2, 3, 4. 2. Hold the trigger and pull rope until engine runs, which is kind of funny because it actually runs if you don't hold the trigger. So we're at that point. I did what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's move the camera outside. And this is why these things don't last. Look, there's already fuel dripping down these komizigams here, these hoses. This tank never makes a seal with these goddamn hoses. So I end up pushing it up a little bit, you know, because from the factory it's like tight. I end up pushing it up a little bit, and then hopefully there's enough plastic to go another season. Okay, 8 times. Put it to number 2. It's number 2. Hold the trigger and pull rope until the engine runs. After it's running, set the choke to 3. Here's the choke. 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about the air filter. That doesn't stop it from running. Okay, full gas, full-blown carburetor rebuild. There's enough fuel in the friggin' thing right here. You can see it. It's clear. It's not leaking. There shouldn't be any air seeping out. The only thing that was leaking was these stupid hoses, which never stopped it from running before. So, I mean, this is on. Okay. One. Okay, it ran. But what did it want you to do? Hold trigger and pull rope till it runs. It has to run. Then you bring it to 3. Hold trigger and pull rope till it runs. Set choke to 3. Okay, it runs, set it to 3. Then it's going to stall, and then to 4, and then, okay. So let's try this again. Okay, it's too much fuel. So let's set it to 2. Sorry, 3. Set to 3. What is that? So it's too much throttle. Let's get off the throttle. That's the problem that's been happening. This is the problem. Why is the fuel not going through the carburetor, making a combustion, and then going and hitting the spark plug? I took the spark plug out and I cleaned it. So why is this not running? I just cleaned the entire carburetor. Why is it not running? The only thing I can think of is just make a fresh batch of 50-50 gas. Maybe it's at the end. Maybe there's too much gas, not enough oil. Could it be that simple? It's running very high and it just boom. It's like there's no other moving parts. Throttle or not. I'm confused. That's going to wrap it up. I wasted enough of your time. If I fix it, I'll let you know.